Welcome to Rick's Corner. As you know, I bring a lot of interesting people on here, and they're not all just bodybuilding or weightlifting, which is a big part of what I do, but there's other things that you have to do to become a bodybuilder, and you have to be motivated, you have to have goals, you have to have aspirations of being something better than what you are. And my guest today is Victor PALOMARES, who's a friend of mine from the gym. I've known him for quite a while. He's had some ups and downs in his life, and the gym has really helped him get through a lot of them. He's a teacher, he's a public speaker, he works for Nerium as a skincare medication, and he's got a lot to say about goals and reaching forward in life to achieve what you want to achieve, right, Victor?
Yes.
Okay, so beginning with you, you told me that you came from a pretty bad start.
Yeah, I grew up in North Hollywood. First of all, thank you for having me.
Sure.
Beautiful place. Started in North Hollywood, prestigious background, father gang member, raised by a single mom, did the best that she can, and just got into a lot of trouble as a teen. I was very ambitious as a teenager, and so at 17, found myself on Laurel Canyon and walked into Gold's Gym, and like my life has never been the same.
You know, I had you on Rick Racing Live
Yes.
a while back, and I had told you, and I was kind of playing around, that my father was also a gang member because he was head of the Chamber of Commerce in Bakersfield, the largest gang of the city that runs the show, kind of like an equivalent type of thing. But, you know, going to Gold's Gym, what inspired you just to go to a gym? I mean, you knew you wanted to improve yourself. Did you think the gym was the way to do it?
I kind of found the gym on accident. Was walking the streets, just kind of really depressed, stressed out, and reading magazines, probably some of the ones that you've been in, and saw, you know, all these guys just big, and they all looked like superheroes to me, and I just really didn't know how they got started.
Sure.
And so that was just the gym that was by my house, and just went up. My grandma, I borrowed the money from my grandma. We won't tell her yet, but you know, and I just started working out there, and things started shifting, you know, for me.
Well, the gym that we go to is Gold's. It's in North Hollywood, and it's very much like an old school gym, but very, very clean. And it's easy access. It's like 2 miles from my house. You can pull in the parking lot, walk right in, walk right out. It's probably one of the better gyms I've ever been. It's so close to the old school of Venice. That's why I like it, because it's weights, you know, more weights and more weights. You were heavy at the time?
No, I was actually 160 pounds.
Oh, you were lighter. So you put on muscle.
And I gained about 40 pounds and got into playing college baseball.
Okay.
Was heavy into certain things that I shouldn't put in my body as a teenager. Yeah. From what I remember. Yeah.
As you become a bodybuilder, you put in other things you put in your body as an adult. Some people do that.
So that just kind of was one of the things that I had to do. My grandma, I was, you know, living with my grandma, and she said, you need to get healthy, you need to go to school, and, you know, you need to stay out of trouble. And so the goal for me was, if I'm at the gym with, you know, people like you that have all the clues of success, eventually it's going to fall on me, and I'm going to learn a little bit.
Oh, that's so true.
You know,
if you want to be successful, you hang around successful people.
Right.
You have to follow what looks like it's your road to success. If you hang around losers, you become a loser. You know, I mean, it's as simple as that. And I've known a lot of losers, and I've dated a lot of losers. And to this day, they're still losers, and because they can't get out of that rut. And I've tried to inspire them. And I've inspired quite a few, and they've changed their life. But you got to want to do it. Right. You know, if you're going to have a body and you want a body, you got to get to the gym and work on it. If you want to have a better job, you got to work towards a better job. You want a better life, you get a better life. It's not going to just fall in your lap by your front door. You got to find the path that takes you there. And Bruce Lee said years ago, when he was alive, you got to be like water, and water finds its path to wherever you want it to go. And it's true. It takes work. Yes. It takes dedication, and it takes brains, because your mind is what, well, for example, you have a snake. A snake's head is the head of his body. Wherever that head goes, the body follows. So your mind tells your body where it's going to go. If you go into the gym yesterday and you lift 300 pounds, and your mind said, I can do it, you can do it. You go in the gym today, it's the same body, and you can only do 250. Your body didn't fail you, your mind did, because it didn't allow you to believe that you could do what you did yesterday. Yes. So, you said something about starting goals and finishing goals. What do you mean by that?
You know, at that time, I just graduated high school. The only reason I went to school at that time was to chase girls and play baseball.
Well, sure.
And so I wasn't the best in baseball in high school. Yeah. You know, I weighed 160 pounds. It was a tough time for me. Just a very... Isn't
that very similar to chasing girls, though? You want to get to third base?
Right. Okay. But I still was on second throughout all of high school.
Yeah, it's okay. That way you don't get anybody pregnant.
And so, you know, what happened was, you know, I just knew I wanted to be like these guys in these magazines. Sure. I didn't know how it was going to happen, so I would just watch guys do certain exercises. I'd go read, you know, the muscle and fitness magazines. And one of the first books I actually picked up was the encyclopedia by Arnold.
Yes.
You know, the anatomy of bodybuilding or whatnot.
Yeah,
and just was kind of just going through that, and little by little, I just started seeing my body change, and enrolled at LA Valley College.
Yeah.
Played 2 years of baseball there, and then ended up getting a scholarship to play at San Francisco State. And so that's kind of how my journey, you know, kind of shifted for me. Is I got into education, so now I'm helping. It's actually 17 years today I've been involved in education. This is my anniversary, so Thank you for having me on my anniversary.
Well, that's awesome, because you work with teens.
Yes.
And tell us about that.
So I work, I'm a school teacher. I work a lot with kids with autism, but also troubled teens, and a lot of kids with ADD, like I had, or still have. So
that could sometimes be a good thing.
So, you know, a lot of people would pick on me for having ADD as a teen, but now I call it, I have ADD, I'm addicted to developing dreamers.
Oh, I like that.
And so, you know, I'm a liaison with the Success for Teens Foundation. We're in 900 schools nationwide, and so I'm just one of the speakers that travels and puts together workshops to help kids read, lead, dream, and believe. And I think if they do all of that, they'll achieve. And so that's what saved me.
That's the place to start, because that's the youth of today that's going to be adults later on, and a lot of them are misguided. I mean, I see a lot of there's no guidance. And I had kids that come here to the wrestling school that don't know what they want to do, and they get in the ring and they work with others, and they start to see they have self-esteem, and they can speak properly in front of a microphone, and they become good at what they do because you work with them and they try harder.
Exactly.
And the thing with bodybuilding, you know, not everybody's going to be a bodybuilder or a muscle man in the magazine, but if you can be better at what you are, it helps you, your ego and your self-esteem boost you another level. So if you walk into a building, say you're going to apply for a job, and you graduated high school or college, and you've been working out, and you feel good about yourself, and you can speak well, it's going to get you that job. If you go in and you stammer and start, I don't know, you know, and you're out of shape, they're going to say, what's this guy got to offer?
Right.
Really? And it's true. It's a matter of self-improvement. And then when you came here, we talked about goals, and you guys have to have goals. I said this on my last show. You don't have to have big goals. You have to have little goals, because the little goals you reach, and you make another goal, then another goal. If you set your goal so high and you don't reach it, you're going to be discouraged, right? So you set it at a place where you can meet it. Then you go a little bit more, keep raising the bar. So this is how it works. And did you find that true for yourself?
Yeah, you know, the philosophy that's really helped me, one of my mentors, you know, you're kind of the mentor and the guru I look at with happiness and also health.
Yeah.
And every time I see you at that Gold's Gym, like clockwork, and just making people happy, you know, you have your charisma.
Yeah.
You're very humble about your good looks.
A very handsome man.
Yeah. And so, you know, I just want to represent this idea of every day just get a little bit better. And so, you know, Success for Teens, another book, Slight Edge.
Yeah.
You know, the book is about every day getting 1% better, and you know, after 30 days, see what happens. After 60 days, see what happens.
Sure.
After 90 days, you can totally transform your life. And right now, it's the time of the year. Everyone has those goals and resolutions. And everyone's so excited about it. You know, they're signing up at Gold's or whatever gym around their area. But unfortunately, on the 15th of January, 95% of those people, they end all those resolutions and they go back to the ice cream or the smoking or the drinking.
That's exactly what they do.
You know, and I know probably in your industry, seeing really successful people, they probably didn't have, I mean, they had these big dreams, but they got it by those small goals and every day just getting a little bit better.
Yeah, I mean, I worked with a lot of people that wanted to achieve things in wrestling and bodybuilding, and they worked hard at it. And I had one guy that came here that trained with me for quite a few years, and now he's WWE champion. He's the Russian Rusev.
Oh, really? Okay.
He worked with all my little 10-year-old, 8-year-old kids, and had a great time with them. And he didn't have a green card, and now he's a citizen. He's a champion of WWE, and he wanted this so bad. He worked so hard at it, and I'm really proud of him because that's a really hard status to get. Very, very hard. And it's just like in bodybuilding. I met some guys that were competing in Santa Barbara a couple of weeks ago, and I was looking at him. I said, "You look really good." And he said, "That means a lot coming from you. You know, in the gym, you guys, you work out hard, and you see somebody who's having a struggle, help them. You know, help them. If you see the underdog in the gym, there's like a couple of heavy women that come to my gym, and they're trying real hard. I sat down, and I told them what they needed to do, and that they're really good that they're here, and they're nice people. And one lady says to me, "You just made my whole day that you even talked to me."
Right.
You know, because some people you don't talk, no one talks to them. No one identifies them or recognizes them, and so they feel like nothing. So little kind words to somebody in your gym, make that a resolution. Say something good to somebody every time you see them. Encourage them that they're doing better. And you'll do better because you made them feel better, right?
Yeah, I think, you know, the research has proven that happiness is a precursor to success.
Yeah.
you know, and a lot of times people go do things to be happy.
Yeah.
You know, be blessed. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm blessed to be here with you. I'm blessed to have this conversation. You know, and what you're saying about making people feel better, you know, really goals, the acronym to me is go out and love someone. Go out and lift something.
Yes.
Go out and leave something this year in 2015.
Right.
Like, what's your legacy going to be? You have a legacy. I've seen, you know, just all the work that you've done.
I'm not done yet.
You know, recently,
Yeah.
and what you're going to do now,
Yeah.
you know, with all the viewers that you have on the show, and I know you're working on some big projects right now going into 2015.
Right.
But it didn't start overnight. Everyone thinks it's an overnight success.
It started when I was 16. You know, my father died when I was 18. My mom moved in with my grandmother. We were very, very close. And I hit the road to L.A. from Bakersfield and decided I wanted to do something. Became as a salesman for Kellogg's cereal, which I did not want to do. Did it for a year and a half. Trained at Bill Pearl's gym. Moved over to Venice. Started training there. Had my wrestling license. Wrestled at night. Laid on the beach during the day. Did auditions. Got some commercials. Next thing I knew, I was working around the clock at all those things and putting money away.
Wow.
And one thing just elevated to another, to another, to another, to another. And someone said, how do you get so much done? You know, the thing is with you guys, you don't think about it as doing a lot. You just get your passion and you work towards something you love. And when you do what you love to do, it's not work.
Right.
It's just what you do.
Oh, I 100% agree.
Yeah, and then someone said to me today, you know, I work at SAG. The Screen Actors Guild is what we are as actors. And you earn pension credits and you put money away. Well, when I hurt my quads in 2001, I took my SAG retirement because I had paid quite a bit into it, not realizing it because the checks sometimes they're only $1, you know, and sometimes they're $1,000 or more. Well, I earned enough to have these pension credits. I mean, when I retired in 2001, I got full medical insurance the rest of my life.
Wow.
And I didn't know I had it, but I worked towards it. And the reason I'm telling you why I didn't know I had it, because I enjoyed my work. I didn't look like work to me. So if you find something you like to do, and if it's your passion, do it. Don't work at something 100%. You hate. You'll never do right. And in the gym, it's the same way. You go in the gym, if you love your workouts, you get results. If you hate being there, it's not going to happen. And we see so many of the people in the gym, they look like they just don't want to be there. And they never change.
And we're laughing. We're having a great time.
They hate it. They just absolutely hate it. You can see it in them. I can name a few people doing all the exercises wrong, and the trainer's looking off, picking his nose. He doesn't care. The guy pays him the money, and the guy's getting no results. You know? Right? That's the worst thing is you see the trainers are on their cell phone and they're picking their nose looking at it, and the guy's working on, where's my client? I'm over here trying to work out. You know? Oh, you see so much of that. So we're rounding out this year, and it's going to start a new one in just a couple of weeks, and it's nice to have some goals.
You know what? I don't have an alarm clock. What wakes me up is my passion.
Yeah.
You know, I've been blessed to be.
I get woken up in my stomach.
Well, yeah, that too. I've heard it because I live down the street. But you know, for me, you know, I'm blessed. I taught kindergarten for 8 years.
Yeah.
I've taught high school the last 7. This year, I've traveled. You know, putting together these workshops, and I just love it. I love talking about books. I love talking about beauty, and not so much outside, but just inside. And I think if you really focus on the inner me, no enemy is going to hurt you. And a lot of times the enemy is ourself.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that's why 95% of people don't keep that resolution.
Right.
They allow their environment. We were talking about that earlier. Their environment influences them. Yeah. I don't look at it that way. I think we influence our environment. I know definitely you do.
Yeah.
You know, and
you do. You have to make it yourself, and you don't even realize you're doing it when you're doing it.
Right.
But you manifest your own success.
Heck
yeah. You know, it just doesn't just fall in your lap. You say, oh, you're so lucky. No, it's not really luck. I put it out there and it comes back and it falls down. You know, it's like watering a tree and the leaves fall and they fall with dollar bills on them. So it's just whatever you plant, you know, that's how it comes back to you. What about Nerium? Tell us about that real quick.
So Nerium is a skincare company. It's an international company.
Yeah.
And how I found out about it, I spoke at one of their events. You know, they're one of the top sponsors and donors for Big Brothers Big Sisters of America.
Right.
And so I came in because I heard about what they're doing in the community. I had no idea that I'd be representing a skincare company, but I used the product. It worked. Got rid of some of the discoloration that I had as you know, years of playing baseball.
Yeah.
And I just saw a lot of good results. And so I brought you a little gift.
Really?
You know, I know Hanukkah was yesterday.
It's going for 8 days, so I take 8 days.
So here's 3 of them now. So here's the contour cream.
Right. And this is, what does this do? Body contouring?
It's a body contour, so, you know, your love handles, not that you have any, I'm not looking.
No, I do.
So
I had a dream last night that some girl said, you're getting fat.
Really?
God, I had this dream.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
You manifested this.
Yeah.
And here's the day cream.
Yeah.
And then here's her sister, the night cream. So,
yes.
you know, I know you're in a great relationship, but please, I want you to have my friends here.
Yeah.
And, the product, it works, it networks. We're breaking all the records right now in the industry.
No, it's good stuff. It was designed by a doctor who was developing something with cancer, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they were doing some cancer research, right. And, they, unfortunately they didn't find the cure to cancer, but 30% of our profits go back to Nerium Biotech.
Yeah.
To look for that. But, most importantly, when you feel good, you have that perspective that you look good.
Right.
And I think that's the number one thing. And so this just gives me an opportunity to change someone's life. That bottle just gives me the ability to have these conversations.
Sure.
Because if I was just standing at the corner, hey, I want to change your life, I mean, I'd probably get arrested or something.
Yeah, or someone will throw you money to eat. All right, so in closing, what would you suggest to these viewers? Now, these people that watch this show are really good. They're into fitness, they're in nutrition, they're into bodybuilding, and they're all good guys. I get a lot of nice comments from all of you, and I love all of you. You've given me huge support, and I want to give it back to you. I want to do what I can do for you. So I have people like Victor on here to share his knowledge. It's not all about lifting 500 pounds. There's other things that he shares about having goals and being the best you. And I think it's important that you guys take this in, because next year is going to be a big year, not only for me and him, but for you too. And you're going to be watching me, and I'm going to be watching you through this lens, and I want to see your progress, and I want you to write to me and tell me how well you're doing, because I want to motivate you. So in closing, what would you tell these people to start the year off to be successful?
Well, number one, I honor you for watching this. This means that you actually do want to get better. You do want to make that progress in life. And so just make that decision today to get 1% better and see where that takes you in 2015. But most importantly, know that you're worthy of your goals. You're worthy of your dream. I think that's the most important thing, is you have to love you some you. Right. You have to love you some you. I know he loves him some him, and that's why I really appreciate his enthusiasm. I appreciate his passion to put together a show like this. It's not easy, to sit and just slow down and talk to someone at the gym that maybe not everybody's trying to talk to, because we're so caught up. So in 2015, I strongly believe 2014 was a year of learning, and 2015 is going to be our year of earning whatever it is, health, wealth, and really just living that best year ever. So thank you so much.
And the thing is, if you don't love you, nobody else will. So when someone says, gee, you love yourself, yeah, you better love yourself, because it's only you can be. And the other thing is, don't compete with others as far as who they are and what they're accomplishing in their life. Be happy for them, be proud of them, and know that they're not you. Mm-hmm. There's only one of you, and there's no duplicates in this world. It's you and you alone, and you're unique, and you're good, and you're the best at what you can do. So always think of yourself that way. I don't want to be anybody else. Growing up, someone said, who was your hero? I said, nobody. I wanted to be me.
Right.
I was happy being me. I didn't want to be anybody else. It's like no one really, of course you take little things from people that they do, and you think, I'd like to try this, I want to do this in the wrestling, I want to do this in bodybuilding. But I was very happy being me. And I think that was probably the key to success.
Right.
I didn't want to be somebody else. They were already taken. So no one took me but me, and I'm stuck with me for the rest of my life. And if I ever sue myself, I'll be seen with me, and I won't even show up where I am.
Well, I forgot to give you these socks too.
Oh, thank you.
Because you are one of my superheroes.
Oh, great.
And so just everybody go out there, be your superhero, be the best you, love yourself.
We'll be able to fly in these socks?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, fly means first love yourself.
Yes.
So when you love yourself, you let go of all the baggage, you can start taking off on your dreams and all your goals.
Well, thank you, Victor. I really
appreciate you.
And thank all you guys for watching, and we'll see you, probably have 2 more interviews before next year, but we'll see you next year for sure.
Racing.com. He is the equalizer, baby. See you next time.